When 70% of a master plan is open space, air, greenery, water, room to move, it is telling you something. People aren't buying walls anymore. They're buying the life that surrounds the walls. And this is the thing that actually stood out to me at Arancia at the launch yesterday. So the room is still packed, but the interesting part isn't only the crowd. It is what they're here for. Their families, professionals, investors, all responding to the same thing. Not another building, a different way to live. And here's my promise for the next 10 minutes. I'll show you the feeling this place is selling. And then, as a broker, I'll tell you honestly whether the numbers behind it are actually worth your money. Gotta tell both sides, and let's get into the yards. So the yards is a new community in the city of Arabia, out in Dubailand, about 165,000 square meters, built landscape first. And I mean that literally. It's car-free inside, 70% green, with lagoons, a 1 kilometer green spine, and over 2 kilometers of walking and cycling trails running right through it. This is in line with the 2040 vision of the Dubai government. The whole place is designed around how the day feels and not where you park. So the first phase is called Arancia, 272 apartments across 3 low-rise buildings. Ceilings are over 3 meters tall, and there's retail on the ground floor. We have 1 beds coming in at just 1 million dirhams. We have 2 beds coming in at 2.1 million and 3 beds coming in at 3.3 million dirhams. And that 1 million entry is the headline. So let me tell you why it's serious and exactly why you're trading for it. So because a pretty render is easy, the name behind it is what made me look twice. So the developer is Beyond, and Beyond is part of the OMNIYAT Group. If you don't know the OMNIYAT Group, they had amazing ultra-luxury projects in Dubai and became famous for it. Some of the most expensive, most design-obsessed addresses in the city. And Beyond as their brand for bigger, more accessible communities. And here's the tell. Beyond's own apartments over at Maritime City, they're 1 beds. They start around 2.5, 2.6 million dirhams in Kenya. I know that because I sold one. And their latest launch is there in Maritime City. So here, a 1 bed is 1 million. Roughly half the brand's usual entry, designed by HBA, the hospitality people, landscape by Cooper's Hill. So let me be precise because I won't oversell you. This isn't the Dorchester ultra luxury for 1 million dirhams. It's the accessible brand of a serious luxury house. And that's the lowest entry that they've ever offered. Now, the money. Per square foot, they're around 1,300 dirhams. Right in line with the rest of Dubailand, but with a brand and a design team that the older stock around here just doesn't have. And remember what it is. It's launch pricing. Phase 1, the floor. Price tied close to cost to move the first phase fast. In a softer market, that's where is the opportunity. You're buying the lowest number this project will ever carry. And that by itself is a hedge. So I'm not going to promise you the resale price jumps. No honest broker can do that in this market right now. But one thing is close to certain. The next phases launch at even higher prices than this one. Every phase is priced in Dubai, works that way. You're getting in before the developer's own price rises even start. And there's a real catalyst sitting underneath all of it. In April, Dubai approved the new Gold Line. 42 kilometers, 18 stations, fully underground, running straight through Groveville Village and Dubailand, opening in 2032. And that's confirmed, government-approved metro coming to this exact area. And there's a station being talked about directly inside the city of Arabia too, which is not locked in yet. So the Gold Line and the Airport Express are all being built at once under the 2040 plan. And I put my money on it that they will build it. So you're already within 3 minutes of IMG World, 10 minutes from Global Village, and the Arabian Ranches and its own golf course right next door. It's the area that's been quiet for years, but quiet with the metro on the way, and the attractions already here is exactly the kind of place that wakes up. And you'd be buying before it does. So to come back where we all started, the next generation of buyers isn't only asking what a place costs. They're asking what life feels like there. Can I breathe? Can I move without sitting in traffic? Can my kids grow up somewhere green? And can the day just feel a little bit lighter maybe? Out here, car-free, 70% open, water and trails instead of parking on asphalt. So the honest answer is yes. And that's not the only nice feeling. It's what holds value. A place people actually want to wake up in is a place that stays rented and stays wanted. Which tells you, who is this for? An end user who wants that life, or a long-let investor? Dubailand does a solid 7 to 9% growth on long rentals. A short-term rental here works too. We're near IMG year-round and the Global Village, which is in season, but this is not seasonal out here. So I treat an Airbnb as a bonus. So the payment plan, which is 40/60, gives you room to pay a low entry, time to pay before the handover in 2029. And because I promised you both sides, the things to weigh are, it's an off plan which is locked into 2029, so your money is committed for a few years. The area is still maturing, so you're very early. And there's mid-market supply coming across Dubailand, and also the market's about down 10 to 15% since February, which is to be expected. So you're buying for a soft patch, which is a gift if you've got time. And the problem if you need to sell in 18 months. But none of that kills the case. It just means that this is for the patient buyer and not the quick flipper, which anyhow is not how real estate should be invested in. A holding capacity of 3 to 5 years is always important. So my honest take, at 1 million dirhams from the accessible brand of one of the Dubai's most luxury developers in a green car-free community with a confirmed metro on the way, for the right person, this is one of the more genuinely interesting launches I've seen this year. Not because of the feeling alone, because the feeling is backed by the floor price, the brand, and the infrastructure. So the expression of interest is now open. 50,000 dirham gets you priority selection before the public launch. So which means the best layouts and views, they will go first. So if this is the life that you've been picturing, message me. I'll get you in early and we'll run the real numbers on a specific units together. I'm Sebastian Boll and see you in the next one.